Hey everybody, welcome back. Let me tell you how it all started. If you remember back just a few videos ago, I was doing an unboxing of a HeyTrip truck tent and air mattress. And if you recall, it did not fit my truck, so I got in contact with HeyTrip and they swiftly sent me a new one. But by that time, I had already had my rooftop tent moved up here, so now I had this tent, no way to make a video. So I have a brother who lives about roughly 4 hours south of where I live, and he's got a spare truck that was the right size to fit that new truck tent. So I packed all my goodies and away I went, stopped by his house, moved everything out of my truck into his truck, and went on down to where we were going to camp on the water, or where I was going to camp on the water. So I get there, set everything up, shoot all my initial video. Everything went good. The entire camping trip went good. Later on, him and his son and his daughter, they came and spent a night with me out there at the camp place, and they live real local to it, so it was one of their favorite spots. So we really enjoyed ourselves, and I got some good video. And I just got home yesterday, and I had realized that I had fat thumbed about the first 3 clips of that video, and I didn't have an intro. I didn't have the unboxing. I didn't have any of that. So when you're done listening to me now, you're going to join that camping trip already in progress, because I had enough video. I wasn't going to waste it. So I'm shooting this intro just to bring you up to speed. So it was just a basic unboxing of the HeyTrip truck tent, which is it's a decent tent, and the air mattress, which I slept in the tent that night. We didn't have any bad weather or anything, but all in all, it did really good. The air mattress did not lose any air, which is odd for an air mattress because typically they'll stretch. Usually, the first time or two you use them, you have to put more air in them. But at no time did my hip bones ever touch the bed of the truck. The only downfall to his truck versus mine is my tailgate is here, and his tailgate is about right there. So the little ladder I use to get in my truck, I can get on the top rung and step up onto my tailgate. But with his, it's a little more of a stretch. I think, if I ain't mistaken, he's got like a 6-inch lift kit on that thing. So other than that, everything went smooth. But anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. And like I said, you'll be joining this video already in progress. All right, y'all, welcome back. I got this HeyTrip unit set up. All in all, it's not super hard to set up, but I got one bad arm, so it took me a little bit of time. And just so y'all are sure, these 2 poles here on this awning that comes over the door, those are mine. That doesn't come with the HeyTrip unit. Those are green elephant poles, and they're adjustable up to 7 feet. But anyway, I got all that put up and got the air mattress blown up and put in there, and we'll see how comfy that bad boy is tonight. Everything about the tent seems fairly solid. I got no complaints as of this point. I'm sure I could get it, a lot straighter on the truck kind of thing, but you have to do a little pulling, a little pushing kind of stuff, and my shoulder's not allowing that. But we did get it up and in and ready for the evening. Got the windows propped open. I need to show y'all where we're at. We are not anywhere close to where we normally are. We are in southeast Arkansas, down in the dirty Delta swampland. So this is kind of a quick overview. I've never been here before. This place is called Cox Cypress, C-O-X Cypress. And I think it probably doesn't generally have this much water in it, but it has. I've heard that it had rained down here for 2 or 3 days, but and I think this, just by looking at it, is a boat ramp most of the time. So water probably does come up to there, but it's a pretty place. But just like everywhere else we go, we have a ton of trash to pick up, but lucky for me, I forgot my trash bags. So I called my brother, and he lives, I don't know, half hour so from here, 45 minutes, depending on how you want to drive down the rough road. But I promise you, if you ain't from here, you're never just going to happen onto this place. But I bet the fishing is good, good, good here. Somebody has lost some of their fishing equipment right there in that tree. And probably a bunch more around here, I would imagine. But anyway, it's a beautiful place. I wish I was able to fish, but when later this summer, when my shoulder recuperates, I'll be doing some fishing. Oh, and y'all have probably noticed the rig. That's my brother's spare truck. And since I already had my rooftop tent and all that stuff mounted on my truck, I just left my truck at his house and borrowed his spare. He was kind enough to loan that to me. The only downside to it is that thing's about a foot taller than mine, so that little ladder I used to get up on my tailgate, it just barely works for that one. But anyway, we've got plenty of firewood and plenty of kindling, that kind of stuff. A lot of pines here. We're in kind of a little pine forest, and it's extremely warm today. It's up in the 60s somewhere. I actually started sweating a little bit when I was putting up that tent. But all was well. And I did have a little bit of a snafu when I swapped my stuff from my truck to his truck. My refrigerator, when I plugged it into my EcoFlow, the 12-volt socket on the EcoFlow wasn't working. And I thought, man, what have I got into now? Because I didn't bring a regular cooler. But I thought about it and went on to my app and downloaded the new firmware, and that started the socket to work again. So I'm not quite sure what the malfunction was, but it took about 5 minutes to get over the hump, and we were good. Yeah, this is a really nice place. Here's some of that garbage I was telling y'all about I gotta pick up. I don't know, looks like somebody used the place and just didn't clean up after themselves as usual. Everybody tries to burn their stuff, and then even when the fire's not going well enough, they're going to try to burn it anyway, and then they drive off, leave it there. But anyhow, yeah, I bet if a guy had a fishing pole with him, he could probably capture a catfish or something just like one anyway. And I bet if you were out here in the late spring or during the summer, you would have more cottonmouths than you could count. But anyway, I am gonna get some of this trash picked up, get a fire started, and try to enjoy my evening. I'm only here for one night, and then I gotta go back to the mountains. And it would not surprise me if we have, as warm as it is, it wouldn't surprise me if we have mosquitoes creeping around here tonight. But I'm always prepared for that. I always carry a can of mosquito spray in my bag, winter and summer. You just never know. But anyway, I'm gonna get off here and get a little fire going and take a break from putting that tent up. And I'll get back with y'all a little later. Hey everybody, welcome back. I know if y'all notice this pile of trash is still sitting here. I think I had told y'all earlier I forgot my garbage bags, but I texted my brother and he said he'd bring some out later. So I don't know what later means to him. He didn't really specify. So I'm just chilling, babysitting this garbage. But it's such a nice day. I think it's 68 degrees and sunny. And definitely not needing this fire to stay warm for sure. Just, I always feel better when I'm camping if I have a fire going. And I've been sitting here watching fish flop over there in the water. I know the camera doesn't show it, but that water's actually moving relatively fast, going that way. So I bet the fishing's probably pretty good in there. I don't I'm not from this part of the country, so I don't really know anybody that fishes it, but I have seen several trucks go by on the road pulling a boat, so somebody's fishing. This fire's been a little bit of a struggle. All the wood's wet, and the wood I brought is green, so I mean we're gonna have more of a smudge than a fire tonight. I've got some jalapeno sausages I'm gonna cook a little later. Probably cook them over the fire, I think. Just depends. But I didn't really think it through a whole lot. You know, it's been a long time since I've never camped in this particular area, but our family deer camp's probably not 40 miles from here. So the general area I'm very familiar with. And coming on to the springtime, they get a lot of rain, and the water's usually up till on into the summer before you can get to the really good fishing places. But there's definitely some good fishing, crappie fishing, a lot of brim, catfishing. You know, we've done it all over the years and been pretty successful at all of it. The only downfall to this part of the state is the mosquitoes are about 50 times as bad as where I live. You know, you get on up into the hills and the mountains, mosquitoes, I mean, they exist, but they're not bad. Like right at where I live, where our garden area is, if you go out there like late morning, the mosquitoes gonna tear you up. But if you get out there first thing in the morning, mosquitoes aren't bad at all. So you really have to pick and choose the times you want to be in the garden. And there's one part of it that's a little bit shaded, and man, mosquitoes, like everybody else, when the sun comes out, they try to get to a dark spot where it ain't so hot. And that's where they get you in the shady spots. But come summertime, being camped out right on the water like this, you probably go through 2 cans of Deep Woods off trying to keep them things off of you. But this is some of my favorite time right here, just sitting by the fire, sipping a little coffee, and solving the world problems in my mind. Because that's about as far as I'm ever going to get with it, I would imagine. But I don't worry too much about it. Just sit here wishing my shoulder was in back to normal where I could be fishing, because this is, man, you get this close to a body of water, you want to cast a line in it. But anyway, I won't bore you all at all. This is the earliest I've been to a camp spot, and I can't tell you how long. You know, it's well, I can't tell you what time it is because I don't know. It is about 2:15, and you know, usually it's somewhere between 3 and 4 before I ever get to a spot, and I've been here for quite a while, so a lot of relaxation time for me. I'm starting to get hungry though. I feel like I didn't eat breakfast or lunch, so I should probably scrape up something to eat. I should dig out my hot dog stick. I got some hot dogs in my refrigerator. Sounds like a good idea. But anyway, like I said, I ain't gonna bore you all to death sitting there talking, so I'll get back with y'all when something exciting happens. Good morning, everybody. It is about 5:30 in the morning. Last night I cooked those jalapeno sausages, and my brother and his two kids came down and camped with me. They set up over across the way, but we sat around the fire shooting the breeze till, I don't know, I guess 10 o'clock. And by that time, I was so tired, I just went on and laid down. I didn't even do a good night video. But anyway, it was a good night. I slept good in the old HeyTrip. We didn't have any bad weather or anything. We didn't have any strong winds or rain or anything like that. But I was right comfy on that air mattress. They treated me all right. So as far as the tent's concerned, it's a good budget uh, truck tent. You can get one for about the price you can get a Walmart tent for. Actually cheaper. I've got a Coleman tent from Walmart that I paid $200 for. So that truck tent's much like half that price. I think the last time I looked, it was about $99 online, and I really don't remember how much the air mattress was going for. But if you go to HeyTrip's website, if it's something you're interested in as far as a budget truck camping tent, it's reasonable. You're not going to break the bank with it. But anyway, so it did its job. Let me put it that way. And that's really all I can say about it at this point, since I haven't put it through any inclement weather to speak of. But I got some coffee on over there on my Fire Maple X2 cooking system. It's just over there waiting on boil, I guess. But I got my fire kicked up. It's actually relatively warm this morning in comparison. You can't even see your breath out here. I don't know what the real temperature is, but it's not bad at all. So I'm just gonna probably when that coffee gets done, I'm gonna drink me a cup of coffee and think about breakfast. I got some bacon and eggs I'll cook for breakfast. Won't be anything extravagant, but it'll keep us from starving to death. But I tell you what, since I've been here, man, even yesterday during the day, the hoot owls, it's like they got 50 million hoot owls around here. They was working all night last night, and all morning since I've been up. Well, they just been tearing it up. And I don't know if what I was hearing last night in the water was beavers or alligators flopping, but there's a lot of activity in the water last night. But we do have alligators in this water, and plenty of beavers and fish. Who knows what it was? But one time when I got out to use the facilities, I heard a bunch of stuff flopping out there. I shined around with my light, but I never did see anything. But anyway, I'm gonna drink that coffee and hang out here by this fire, and I'll get back with y'all when we got a little more daylight to work with. All right, y'all. I've waited about as long as I can to get this bacon on. Getting hungry. Got my skillet over here heated up. See if I can manage this bacon this morning. There it is. All right. I always try to wait on daylight, but I always get antsy. Hear that sizzle. I don't know if y'all can hear that sizzle or not, but it's music to my ears this hour of the morning. Now we got some bacon rolling. Set that there. All right, kids. I'm gonna get this bacon cooked up. I'll get back with y'all in just a few minutes. Well, I tell y'all what, I had you on tour. I was showing y'all the water and the sky this morning, and I didn't even have pushed the button. I wasn't recording nothing. It was all top secret. But anyway, there's the boat ramp area. There's the cloudy sky. Very peaceful out here this morning. Ain't nothing but birds chirping and fish flopping. Did have a armadillo come up in the camp last night. He just moseying around or wobbling around. You know how they'll do. But anyway, there's a little kitchen area. I didn't set my tarp up this go round just because the weather was going to be so nice. I didn't see much need going through all that. There's my little fire this morning. All right, I'm going to get off here and get back over to my kitchen area so I can monitor that bacon and drink my coffee. And I'll get back with y'all in just a little bit. All right, everybody, I got breakfast done. Got a little something to eat. And now I have a good amount of cleanup to do. I got dirty dishes, dirty skillet, dirty coffee pots. Everything around here is dirty. So I'm going to get to cleaning that stuff. And then I got to pack all this stuff up and head back to the hills. I will bid farewell to all of these mosquitoes and alligators and all that stuff. I was trying to get y'all a shot of alligator this morning, but I could not. I couldn't get one to come around. So anyway, maybe next time. But anyhow, I just wanted to let y'all know that, and I'm gonna get off here and start cleaning all this stuff up and get ready to head to the hills. I'll get back with y'all in just a little bit. All right, y'all, it is time to wrap this deal up. I got everything cleaned up as good as possible, way better than it was when I arrived. Got my fire out. Got all my stuff packed up there. Now when I leave here, I got to go back to his house 30 or 45 minutes, whatever it is, and get my truck, move all that stuff over to my truck, and then head for the hills. My brother and his youngsters over there packing up his stuff. It was good to have the company out here for sure. Been a long time since I wasn't camping by myself. But boy, I tell you what, I have certainly enjoyed the peace and quiet out here. The one thing I did not enjoy was those mosquitoes. Man, them things tore me up yesterday. And right away this morning at dark 30, they was out in full force. You know, they was putting it on me. But anyway, I got to say thanks to my brother for loaning me his spare truck for the night, and thanks to HeyTrip for supplying me with that tent. I can't say enough about it, I guess. I guess that's a wrap, folks. You'll see me in a couple of days back in the mountains where the mosquitoes don't bite. Anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and you'll be able to catch all my latest videos when they come out. And other than that, I will see y'all next time in the woods.